Let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again live and direct. Listen, I got another powerful message for you. I'm getting ready to drop bombs on your head. Boom! This message is entitled, Should Christian Married Couples Watch Pornography Together? Should Christian married couples watch pornography together? Now, this was a question that was emailed to me, and I said, okay, let me tackle it, right? For one, God says in the Bible that the marriage bed should be undefiled, meaning you don't want to bring stuff into your relationship that you see that's done in pornography, because it'll affect your relationship. And two, the scripture also says that if you're thinking it, then you're actually doing it. And so when you're watching a man with a woman or a woman with a man or whatever, what happens is it's creating lust inside of you. And when you're with your spouse, you don't want it to just be lust. You want it to be love. You want it to be that you're connecting. You want it to be a divine connection during that time that you're intimate together. And by watching pornography, you're going to have unrealistic expectations of your spouse. And you're taking something that's pure, something that's considered holy, something that's considered delicate in the eyes of God, and by watching pornography together as a couple, you're diluting, you're watering down, you're contaminating that part of your relationship by watching that together. And for that matter, even by yourself, because then it creates habits, it creates unnatural desires within you, and it's like you'll never be fulfilled, because it's planting seeds. Remember we talked about seeds? It's planting seeds of lust inside of you, and which is causing you to want something from your spouse that they probably don't want to give to you, or is not created to give to you. You know, people hanging off of chandeliers, woo, doing all these tricks and stuff, and it's like, this is not real. And these people are not in covenant with God or with each other. And these people, you know, this is their job to entertain you, so to speak. But on a spiritual aspect, these people are leading, however many people are watching it, down the wrong path. They leading these people down not the pathway to heaven. And so you want to be the type of person who monitors what you watch and what you listen to. And that when you and your spouse come together, you're coming together because you love each other and you want to connect intimately. And so there's no added pressure. There's no false images that you're trying to live up to because of what you just watched. And those images and those acts are oftentimes painful, and you know, they're not godly. And if you have a godly relationship, you should have godly intimacy. And so this is something that a lot of people struggle with, a lot of people deal with. But you know, personal note, I don't feel like you have to indulge in that if you're trying to have a good intimate relationship with your spouse. Because first of all, it's about communication and really talking to each other and figure out what their needs are and trying to meet it, you know, within the context of your relationship, and something that, you know, you feel like God will approve of, you know, because some of these things that they're doing on those pornography sites is out of control. It's out of control. And so, you know, to keep the peace, to keep the joy, to keep the love in your marriage, you know, I would say no. You know, don't watch pornography with your spouse, or even by yourself for that matter. Because for one, it creates ungodly thirst and lust inside of you that you're going to look for your spouse to fulfill those needs in a relationship. And two, those things that are not born out of godly inspiration that they're doing in those pornography sites. So I hope this answered the question. If the person who emailed me about this, if you need scriptures to back this up, just let me know and I can put them down in the message part. If you reply to me. So once again, I hope this encourages, inspires somebody. This is your man Mike Bones. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and call me on this faith journey every single day. Right? Until next time, I'm saying be blessed.